Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Yes, good morning, everybody. So today I will start the chapter semiconductor. Okay, so I think now 10:05. Oh, okay, let us continue that. Okay, so the chapter is semiconductor. After 30% reduction of the syllabus, I think the chapter is, I can say, very small only. But even the topics are small, definitely there will be some weightage for the chapter. So easy to get the marks, point number one, examination point of view. Another one, this is the very basic chapter for the technology. So that there are two reasons are there. Okay, so we have to focus on the chapter semiconductor. So in case of, I just for that I make it part 1. So here actually in the semiconductor, what we are going to do, because you have clear idea about the conductors, you have clear idea about the insulators. So these two already you read. Okay, so you have clear idea what is meant by conductors. So the charge carriers are there, they go for the electrical conduction. So all the things you are knowing. That is what conductors. Example, metal. Okay, simple cases. Okay. Now in case of insulator, for example, you take glass, okay, rubber. These are what? Insulator. Means no electrical conduction. These are the things already you read. Okay. Now the third one we are going to discuss about the semiconductor. But what is the importance of that? Now what we are discussing with you through online, okay, in case of computer, okay, you are using the mobile phone, laptop. If you see inside there is a circuit, one base is there. There you can see small portion, like that portion you can see. Okay, this is one, another one you may have three. So this type of small device you have, this is what you say, this is called diode. Okay, this is called a transistor. Okay, so these are the device we are using for the technology. Okay, so suppose if it is not there, what will happen? We are using some other device that is called vacuum tube, maybe triode, okay, heating element. Okay, I think you have clear idea about the electrons, because the electron plays the major role in case of semiconductor, in case of modern technology. So here what is happening here, the electron from where we are getting, before introducing semiconductor, when the concept was introduced, 1930. Before that, they were using the what? Vacuum bulb, vacuum tube. Suppose if you want to construct one computer, almost 50% of the room is occupied. Then imagine about the size of the device. So there what will happen? It is a thermal energy. First, when you want to start the device, you have to heat it. So when you do the heating, what will happen? Thermionic emission, the electrons are emitted. Okay, and then the process starts. Okay, that is the olden method. That is before semiconductor concept. It occupies more space, more heat required. Operating voltage also very high. You can imagine all the things. So all the drawbacks, all the difficulties are removed by semiconductor. That is the beauty of the concept. So in the semiconductor, what is happening? You can keep your computer in your hand. You see that, imagine that. Okay, but before 1930, not at all possible. So, okay, these are called diode, transistor, all are called semiconducting materials. Okay, now in this case, what is semiconductor? If you see semiconductor, conductor, you know the meaning. Okay, metals, copper, silver, all the things. Semiconductor, that is Conductor, here you have insulator. Semiconductor, neither conductor nor insulator, semi. Oh, okay, what do you say? This is, here you have semi. So the conductivity will be less than conductor, more than insulator. More than insulator in the sense, insulator mostly, you know, they are not at all conductor. They cannot have any electrical conduction. Okay, so definitely in that comparison, semiconductor will be better position. But as compared to conductor, less. Then you may have the one doubt. So the conductivity is for conductor is better than semiconductor. Then why to give more importance for semiconductor? All of you listen carefully for this question. Got the point now? What is my question here? Or many of you have the question, because the conductivity is much more better here, where much better than semiconductor. Then why to give importance for semiconductor? There are two reasons. The first point, you can have control on charge carrier. Control on charge carrier. I think you will understand. In case of metals, what are the charge carrier you have? Charge carrier is nothing but which is responsible for electrical conduction. In case of metal, which one is responsible for electrical conduction? Any one of you respond, no problem. Okay? In case of metals, free electrons. The electrons can move freely. Saloni Gautam responding and a message is coming. Okay, good. So here in case of metal, only free electrons. What is the opposite term for free electron? Opposite.
Protons.
Please repeat or send the message. A bound electron. Okay, but I think they're related only. Somebody responding that. Bound electron. The bound electron cannot give any electricity because the flow of charges, basic point is flow of electric charges. So the free electrons are responsible in case of conductor. But when you talk about the semiconductor, here the charge carrier, no, two are there. One is electron, another one is hole. I will going to explain that. Okay, electron already you are knowing all the characteristics. So what is mean by hole? What will be the charge on the hole? What will be the mass? How to identify? Okay, when we will create the charge hole, all the things we will do it one by one. Okay, so first you can have control on charge carrier. Point number one. Point number two, unidirectional current. Unidirectional current. Unidirection means single, one direction only. What is the meaning here? Second point I am explaining to you. Visible? Yes. Suppose here you have the semiconductor. Okay. Now the current is flowing. It is coming out. Okay, another one I am putting here. Here no current. This is for semiconductor. For conductor, suppose you take copper. Current is flowing here. This is the copper. Current is flowing here. It is coming out. You see, current is coming out. Means left to right. This is a copper you are taken, you are passing the current. Okay, current is flowing from left to right. Yes, you are getting. Similarly, the same setup, now the current is flowing from right to left. Here it is possible. But here you see, here it is possible because moving from left to right. But when you move from right to left, not at all possible. Means you can, because it is a property of the semiconductor, that only. So that later on we are going to discuss about the forward bias, reverse bias. Okay, So unidirectional current, particular direction only the current will flow. So these are the two main significant points about the semiconductor. Please all of you note these 2 points. Then why the semiconductor is important even though conductivity is less? First point, control on charge carrier. How much charge carrier you want to use it, we can have control. Point number 1. Second one, unidirectional current. Current will flow in the particular direction only. So because of these properties, semiconductor is playing the major role in the technology. Is it clear now? This is the introduction part. Now, what is example for semiconductor? All the things one by one, I'm going to do that. Okay. Yes. Now, semiconductor, the conductivity between what? Conductor and the insulator. Suppose in case of classification based on the electrical property, you can take it. Suppose you can take conductor, conductor I'm taking, semiconductor, insulator. Now 2 things you will take. One is we will take resistivity. Another one you take conductivity. Suppose resistivity, what is the symbol? Rho. Conductivity, sigma. Okay. Now the classification of materials. Classification based on electrical property. So conductor, semiconductor, insulator. Here if you see the resistivity is comparatively, I'm not writing the value. Okay, value you can take from the textbook. But I am telling examination point of view or the understanding purpose, the values are not required. Okay, so I am writing conductor, the resistivity is less. For insulator, it is more. Here it will be intermediate. In between. Resistivity is less, so the conductivity will be more. Resistivity is more, the conductivity is less. Or we can say nil, no conductivity. This will be intermediate. But what is the advantage here? We have the control. Because it's not only the resistivity. The resistivity, you can increase the conductivity. You can decrease the conductivity by 2 ways. One is about the charge carrier. Another one is about the direction. Suppose one direction you are getting the current. The other direction you are not getting the current. In the other direction, if you are not getting the current, what will be the resistance, you tell me? No conductivity at all. How much resistance you tell? How much?
0.
Please respond. Yes, very good, Aman. Aman is responding by giving message, I think. Infinite. When the resistance is very high. Yes, Saloni, correct. When the resistance is very high, so what is happening? We can say the circuit is broken. Okay, the circuit is broken. Okay, that is the concept. So that's why what will happen? No conductivity. Okay, I think this is very clear idea about the classification. Conductor, semiconductor, insulator. So in the next step, we are going to focus on semiconductor only. So what is the semiconductor? Example for semiconductor. What are the inherent property possessed by the semiconductor? So one by one we are going to discuss. So first introduction I told. Okay. Now the second part about the classification of materials based on the electrical property. Now we are going to focus on what? Semiconductor. Now the chapter is completely semiconductor only. Okay, so what is simple idea you will get semiconductor? The conductivity is between conductor and insulator, simple. But what is the significance, 2 points. Always you remember, if you just to bring semiconductor, immediately you have to get the 2 points. The first point, you can have the control on the charge carrier. Yes. Second one, unidirectional current. Okay. So semiconductor. Semiconductor example I am telling here. 2 things we are going to take. One is elemental. Another one is compound. Elemental, you have the silicon and germanium. Compound, you have 2 things. One is inorganic, another one is organic. So we will focus on these 2 only. Take silicon, it is single, no? Particular. So what is the valency of these 2? 4. Valency 4. Inorganic, suppose compound, no? Gallium acid. Then indium phosphide. These are the things. Here we will not do that. So we give importance to these 2. Elemental, semiconductor. Another one is compound, that is inorganic compound. Inorganic. Okay. Where we use inorganic, that I will tell in case of LED, light emitting diode. That also I want to say that. Previously the TV, what we are using? CRT. Cathode ray tube. Even some of you may have TV, that TV also, but nowadays it is not available in the market. Okay, very big box you might have seen. Some of you may be having, I think. That is CRT. Okay, now what we are using? LED TV, LED, smart TV we are using. That technology, step by step it is increasing, LED. This is which material? Silicon, semiconducting material. Okay, but what is the advantage when you are using? Classification is over. What is the advantage here? You write at least 5 points. The first point, it is a small in size, about the size. Second one, low voltage. Third one, low power consumption. Consumption of the power is very, very low. Okay, even the electric bulb, all the things coming with the semiconducting material. Fourth one, long life. Okay. Fifth one, no heating is required. No heating. Okay. Sixth point, no vacuum. Before semiconductor, what is required? It should be in vacuum only. Because that is called thermionic emission. The filament is heated. When the filament is heated, it emits the electron. So electrons will move. The electrons should not move through any medium. Otherwise, what will happen? There will be some interaction. So the other disturbance starts working. That's why it is applicable only in vacuum. But in this case, these are the advantage. No vacuum in case of semiconductor. Size. What is the size? Smaller in size. More convenient, no? When it is smaller in size, I told, no? Suppose if you want to use, before semiconducting concept, you want computer. Almost, this is your classroom, no? 50% of classroom is occupied by the computer. And another, what is the problem, because heating effect. So automatically, how many diodes, that is called valve, no? Vacuum tube. So once it starts working with the heat, you can have maximum heat in the room. So the air condition is compulsory. Nowadays, not required, you know that. Okay, you can use the computer any place. Okay. So low voltage. Operating voltage is very low. Low power dissipation, power consumption. Long life. Okay. No heating, because it is not a thermionic emission. Okay, semiconducting material. No vacuum. These are the advantages. So what you have done here, examples, semiconductor, And what are the advantage in case of semiconductor? Yes, please write, note down all the things. Yes. So now I will focus on the energy. What do you say? Energy band. Energy band. Because recently you read about the what? Energy of electron in case of hydrogen atom. Okay, you know that. So now I want to discuss about the energy level. Another one is energy band. Listen carefully because from here only we have to go more detail. Whatever discussed before that, you have general idea only. Okay? And in between, if you have doubt anybody, you can ask. Okay? Yes. Yes. So energy level is nothing but what? Suppose in case of isolated atom. Isolated atom. In isolated atom, what is happening here? For example, hydrogen atom you are taken. So what is the energy formula you got? Minus 13.6 electron volt upon n square. Suppose you want to first orbit put n equal to 1. What is the energy of electron in the first orbit? N equal to 2. Okay, n equal to 3. You got it. But what is happening here? Suppose here you can take n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, n equal to 4. It will go like that, n equal to infinite. Here if you see the energy, how it looks, the energy discrete only, separate. From atom, whatever energy you are getting, discrete, no doubt. When you look at also, it is like what you call discrete. Okay? But this is applicable for isolated atom. But when you take for the crystal of material, for example, you can take it to what you call the silicon, germanium, these are semiconductor material. So here what is happening, n number of atoms you have, n number of atoms. N number of atoms means you can take 10 power 23 to 10 power 24, 10 power 23 atoms. So what will happen now? Suppose you take one atom, suppose this will be the nucleus. Suppose you take the another atom here. Now this is the electron. Here you have the electron. Now what will happen? Here you have isolated. That's why different. But in this case, what will happen? Anyway, innermost orbit, no, this electron will not have much interaction with the neighboring atoms. But this electron, outermost electron, no, it will have interaction with here. It will have interaction with here. Already it having interaction with here. So just listen carefully here. It may be taking some time to understand the concept. Okay. Suppose in case of isolated atom, the electrons can have interaction with only nucleus. So a nucleus of same atom. So based on that, you got this formula. So this is applicable for isolated atom. We derived all the fact we have taken. How much potential energy, how much kinetic energy, then total, okay, then position. What is the n? Position of the electron in the particular orbit, which orbit? Okay, that's done. Now you take reality what you have. Crystal, you cannot take one atom, no. So this is a substance. Substance means it consists of n number of atoms. N number of atoms you can take 10 power 23, 10 power 24 atoms. Then what is happening here? The electron, mostly outermost electrons, will have interaction with the electrons of neighboring atoms. Nucleus of neighboring atoms. Clear? When this electron is having interaction with the neighboring electrons, neighboring nucleus, what will happen? the energy changes. The energy may go up or energy may go down. Very important. The energy may go up or energy may go down. So due to interaction, what is happened here, you will not have like that. This is what? Innermost orbit. So innermost, you may not have any difference. But if you come to second, third, if you go higher, you can have many interactions. Okay, it may be little difficult one. Just I explain you. Suppose you take silicon. What is the electronic configuration? Already you are knowing, no? What is this atomic number? 14. So what you will do? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 10. Now 4. So 3s2, 2p2, 2p, 3p. Okay, I think all are knowing this. Is it correct, ma? I want a response from you. This is completely filled. This you take it. 2 plus 2, 4. This is it correct? Electronic configuration for silicon? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. See the valency. 2 plus 2, 4. So valency 4. Now if you see S, P, D, F like that, if you do, what will happen for this silicon? Because silicon is the what? Pure semiconductor. Okay? Yes. I am writing here. Okay, so first what you have? Okay, suppose 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, suppose 3p. This is innermost. Now if you move away, what will happen? Suppose 3p means of one atom. Similarly, it will have interaction with the other. So when they have interaction, you can see that energy, yes, this line only, discrete only, but closely. Similarly here, similarly here, here nothing. I think you are able to understand. This is energy level. This is energy level because it is innermost, so it will not have interaction with the neighboring atoms, electron or nucleus of neighboring atoms, because innermost. But here slowly the interaction increases. Here also interaction less, that's why few energy levels you are getting. Here also, here. Now you see, you have like the, no, this is called what? Energy band. So what is energy band? The closely associated, closely packed energy levels of electrons. That's all. You got it now? When you talk about energy level, isolated atom. Isolated atom, what is happening? The electron can have interaction with the nucleus of its own atom. No other interaction. Okay? But in case of crystal, what will happen? N number of atoms. So automatically it will have how many atoms are there, accordingly the interaction will be there. When they have the interaction, automatically what will happen? Potential energy, kinetic energy changes. So total energy will change. So now you have, even it looks continuous but discrete only, but closely packed. What is energy band? Closely packed energy levels of an atom. Energy levels of an electron is called energy band. Energy band. Okay, I think the concept reached you. I think so. Okay, when you have isolated, what happened? But when it is crystal, you see that. Suppose this is innermost orbit, so there will not be any interaction. That's why I put like energy level only. But if you move away from innermost orbit, where you have more interaction, outermost. Outermost, what do you say the electron? Valence electron. That's why valence electron will have more and more interaction. Outermost electron. Here, what is the valency? In case of silicon, 4. 2 plus 2, 4. Okay, I think this is very clear to you. Something you got it. Okay, difference, isolated atom. Another one, crystal. Isolated atom, single. Crystal, n number of atoms. N number of atoms, the electrons will have many interactions with a different electron, different nucleus of different atoms. I don't think any much difficulty because in chemistry some basic you may be knowing. Okay, yes, note this thing. Then I will come to energy, different energy band. But what is happening here, you cannot expect it is completely filled. There is a possibility, no, of filled also. Okay, so you see that. I'm going to discuss that first. What exactly happening? So you don't bother about this one. Okay, where you take. So here also there will be some vacancy. So it is filled here. Here. So now what is happening here? You have valence band. Short form you write VB. The valence band means the energy possessed by valence electron in the energy band. Okay, so in case of valence band, it will not go for any, it will not responsible for, it will not take any electrical conduction also. Which one? Valence band. Another one we have conduction band. The conduction band will be next. Suppose I am putting here. Suppose you see that. So this will be valence band. This will be conduction band. So the valence electron you have. Okay. Suppose in case of silicon, how many you have? In case of that, 4 for one atom. So like that, you have the n number of atoms. Accordingly, you have the valence electron. Suppose here what will happen? Initially, suppose that it is empty. Possibility is there. So in that case, the next higher energy band, that what you say, conduction band. So the electrons present in the conduction band are responsible for electrical conduction. So what are the things? Here the valence band due to valence electrons. Valence electrons. Here the electrons responsible for electrical conduction. Electrical conduction. Suppose if the conduction band is empty, no conduction. No conduction. No conduction, it is nothing but insulator. Insulator, 100% insulator. Because when there is no electron in the conduction band, means no free electrons. When there is no free electrons, no electrical conduction. Which case no electrical conduction takes place? Insulator. We'll go detail. It is outline what I am discussing. Just okay. So here you have the valence band. Here you have the conduction band. Okay. Between these two you have. What is that? Energy gap. Sometimes what we say, forbidden energy gap. What is the meaning here? Here valence band you have some electron. Suppose if you want to transfer electron from valence band to conduction band, you have to supply the energy. How you supply the energy? Two ways. One is by heating. Another one is by applying electric field. Because charges, no. Due to electric field, what will happen? Gets accelerated. It starts moving. Okay, so there are two ways. Okay, so first point I told about energy level, energy band. And then I am discussing about the different energy band. Valence band, conduction band. Valence band, conduction band. Between valence band and conduction band, this is called energy gap. What is energy gap, The energy gap is nothing but here, this point you have to take. Minimum energy in the conduction band. This is minimum. Energy gap in the valence band. What? Maximum. I think we'll understand the difference. See, this point you are taking. So this point. So for this case, it is maximum. For this case, it is minimum. So that difference only. Okay. Later on, what you call it? That spectrum, no? Energy level spectrum you read for hydrogen atom. 8 minus 13.6 electron volt, minus 3.4, minus 1.5, minus 0.85, remember? Okay, so what is happening? You give some energy, the particular orbit, first orbit suppose. After taking that energy, it will go to next one. There is space, can I do here? Suppose minus 13.6 electron volt. Here minus 3.4 electron volt. Suppose. Now, what will happen? This is lower energy state. Now it will take the energy. Suppose energy is given, then it will go to this position. Suppose the energy, very important point, the given energy is less than this required. So it will come back only. It will come back. That's what we are discussing. Between minus 13.6 and minus 3.4, you cannot have any electron having that energy, intermediate. The same way here in the energy band also. So the electron can present either in valence band or in conduction band. It cannot stay between. So once you give the energy, the sufficient energy, it will move to conduction band. Suppose you given some small amount of energy, it is not able to reach here, then it will come back. It will come back. Very simple, no? Suppose you are in the ground floor, you want to throw the ball to the terrace. Okay, now you have to throw with some minimum energy throwing. Suppose your energy, which energy you are giving? Kinetic energy, which is less than the required. What will happen? It will come back. It will not go to the terrace. That only. That's why it is not able to stay in between. Sorry. This point is very important to understand the difference between conductors, semiconductors, insulator based on energy band theory. Very, very important point. Based on the energy band theory. Once again, I am repeating. The energy possessed by the valence electron, okay, that is called the energy valence band. The next higher energy band, whatever that, don't bother. Next higher energy band, that is conduction band. The electron present in the conduction band are called free electrons. So free electrons are responsible for electrical conduction. When the free electrons are responsible for electrical conduction, suppose if it is empty, conduction band is empty, no electrical conduction at all. It is nothing but what? Insulator. It is nothing but insulator. Got it now? Okay. What I told you, the energy gap, here maximum for valence band, here minimum for conduction band. So between valence band, even we may be using the language between valence band conduction, but the exact meaning is this only. So no electron can stay in this region. That's all. That's why it is called forbidden energy gap. No electron is allowed to stay in this region. What is that? Forbidden energy gap. Energy gap. That's all. If you have doubt in this part, please ask me. If you are comfortable, yes, sir, we are understanding. I want a response from one or two students, right, please. Any message, maybe attendance. Live paused, it is working, no? Dev Sharma written something. It is going on. Clear. Pragya is responding clear, sir. Okay, I think everything fine. Dev Sharma and others respond. Okay. B section still, that attendance part, still lagging, I think. Just, oh, no problem. Okay. Okay. I think everything is perfect. Nobody having the doubt. Okay, now I will take 5 more minutes also. Okay. Now we are focusing on the semiconductor, but to understand the significance of semiconductor, we have to discuss the conductors and the insulator. Always we take these two because to understand, because when once we start comparing with something, then the significance will come to know that. Okay, the purpose is that one. Yes. So now you got energy band, their valence band, conduction band. So in between what you say the electrons are not allowed, that is called forbidden energy gap. Forbidden. Okay. I think these are the things sufficient for you. Okay. So now I am going to discuss about the what? The differences in case of conductor, semiconductor based on energy band theory. Please all of you write difference between conductors, semiconductors and insulators. Based on what? Energy band. Okay. Suppose if I am writing here, this is what? Conduction band. This is conduction band. What is this? Valence band. I think you will understand something here. In this case, valence band, conduction band. What do you say? Energy gap. Valence band, conduction band, energy gap. See the difference. In case of conductors, there is what? Overlapping. What I told you, when the conduction band is having some electrons, they are called free electrons. They are responsible for electrical conduction. I'm not talking about the whole. I will come to explain that. Okay, just. In this case, what will happen? Conduction band and the valence band overlap each other. Overlap. When they overlap, the conduction band always have some electrons. That's the concept, no? Conduction band always have some electron. For example, copper, silver, okay, copper, silver, okay, aluminum. So they have the electron, free electrons. Electron in the sense free electron. So definitely there is electrical conduction. There is no other conditions are required. But in case of semiconductor, here the energy gap less than 3 electron volt. Try to understand that. So what is the energy gap you have? Less than 3 electron volt. I'm telling no. Suppose you take silicon. Silicon it is 1.1 electron volt. In case of germanium 0.72 electron volt. 74 no problem. But in general what is happening? Less than 3 electron volt. So suppose you want 1.1 electron volt. 0.74 electron volt, minimum energy required for electrical conduction. How the electrical conduction take place? Suppose you have the electron here, you have the electrons. Now what will happen? This electron should go to here. So this place will be vacant. So this is free electron. This is what? For that, what is the energy required? Less than 3 electron volt. This less than 3 electron volt you can get with a room temperature. Even with a room temperature. Yes. Room temperature. But if you see the insulator, it is greater than 3 electron volt. When it is greater than 3 electron volt, it is not possible to move the electron from valence band to conduction band. That's why no electrical conduction takes place in case of insulator. Clear now? So what we are discussing now? Yes. So based on the energy band theory, how to classify conductors, semiconductor, insulator. In case of conductor, there is no energy gap, overlap. When there is band, always have some electron. They are called free electron. They are responsible for electrical conduction. So without any conditions, conductors conduct electricity. But when you come to semiconductor, what is the energy gap? Less than 3 electron volt. Is there any electron here? At present, no. But at room temperature, what will happen? Few electrons moving to conduction band, because the few electron gain the energy. No. Once the electron gain the energy, it will move to higher level. So what is the minimum energy required? 3 electron volt, less than 3 electron. In case of silicon, 1.1 electron volt. You remember, 2-3 times you read it, it's easy, no? Germanium, 0.74 electron volt. Okay, I think this is very clear. Next, I will discuss about the more detail one by one. Okay, that will be the next. Tomorrow we'll do that. But here energy gap is what? Very high. How much? Greater than 3 electron volt. That's why not possible. Okay, so this is point number 1. Room temperature, yes. Conduction, not possible. Once the electron is leaving the place, once the electron is leaving the valence band, the place is vacant. The absence of electron, it is some information, that's all. The absence of electron is nothing but hole. What is the charge on electron? Charge of electron, negative. See, try to understand. I have taken, suppose, silicon. Silicon. So silicon, what you have? Atomic number 14. 14. So here you have equal number of electron, equal number of protons. So what is the charge on silicon atom? What is the charge on silicon atom? Yes, no charge, neutral. Yes, Saloni, very good. Saloni Gautam, neutral. In case of silicon crystal, no. As a system, neutral only, no. As a, the valency will be 4, valency 4. But what is the charge? Neutral. So here nothing will happen. But you see that neutral. Now what is happening? Suppose one electron shifted to higher energy level, that is conduction band. One electron is shifted. Already what was the state? Neutral. It is not an atom, no? It is what? Crystal. Crystal means what? N number of atoms. So here once one electron left, so already what is the status? Neutral. From there one electron is removed. Suppose you have one thing, neutral. From here, one electron is removed. Now, what is the charge on this system, you tell? Plus. That's what I told you. Suppose one electron is removed here from here. So what will be the charge here plus what is the charge here minus E? That's a one just example. Suppose if it is 5 electron minus 5E here plus 5E. So that's why what is meant by hole? Absence of electron is nothing but hole. Point number 1. What is the charge? How many electrons are removed? Equal and opposite charge. So what is the charge on hole? Positive. What will be the mass? How much mass here? The same we will take it because it get it backside. Okay, so these are the characteristics of hole. I am telling later on you will understand more detail about the characteristics of hole. Okay, how, because finally we are going to discuss about the electrical conduction is possible. Electrical conduction is possible with the help of electron as well as hole. Okay, now I given only introduction part. That's all. One more point I am finishing. The time also running. 0 Kelvin. At 0 Kelvin, what? It is insulator. Very important point. 0 Kelvin means absolute zero. Minus 273 degrees Celsius. 0 Kelvin. This is empty. What? Conduction band is empty. When the conduction band is empty, what will happen? Insulator. So when the semiconductor act as insulator at 0 Kelvin or absolute zero. I think these are the things clear. Yes, I think almost 1 hour over. So tomorrow I will continue. Before that, what I want, all of you go through this video once. How do you go through? Huh? I think you are using the notebook. Whatever you written, that you read once. Okay. Second one, take the textbook, go through the concept. Very nicely explained about the semiconductor. Okay. So what is the introduction part about semiconductor? What is the significance of semiconductor? How to classify with the what? Conductor, semiconductor, insulator. And then we discussed about the energy level, energy band. So how the difference from atom to crystal? Atom is single we take. Crystal is many. When you have many, there will be more interaction. When there is more interaction, the energy changes. How changes? It may increase, it may decrease, depends on the interaction. So based on that, you got energy band. I think up to this, we discussed it today. So tomorrow we will continue with what is pure semiconductor, how to add impurity, all the things tomorrow we will be discussing. Is it clear now? By the time still, if you have any doubt, okay, send it in my personal WhatsApp number so that I can help in the next online class. Is it clear? So tomorrow we'll have that. Okay. So thank you everyone. All the very best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.